he was able to take down Koscheck like this is pretty insane. Especially Koscheck being a Division One wrestler. I mean, he also, we see George St. Pierre always throwing the head to the outside, but look how he runs. Look at that. Look at this giant step forward. Like he's on the front leg here, so it's front leg forward, opposite arm grabs the leg first, reaches around, grabs it, keeps walking through, stepping. Now I like here, he's picking up the leg past his body, and he's driving his head in. Nice, good double leg right there. Yeah, and I've seen it. Like, his wrestling is nuts. It's next level, and he was never a wrestler. That's the crazy part. Like, he learned it after all the Kyokushin karate and stuff like that. In fact, the Canadian wrestling team wanted him to be on the team. Yeah. And I agree with it, man. Here we got a nice over-under, belly to belly. Oh, he comes in for the Uchimata. So even look at this here. Look at he grabs here. Look at the way he controls the glove here. He's got the underhook. Hughes, I'm pretty sure this is Matt Hughes. All right, UFC 79. Yeah, Matt Hughes. Head underneath him. So Matt Hughes has a solid position, even though he doesn't have the underhook. He's going for the underhook himself. Look, George misses it, and now he's just going to cup the hand against his chest. And then he shoots that leg out, drops the head lower, comes with the outside reap for the Uchi, and drops him. Bam. Beautiful takedown. Look how he finished that, too. Look how he's pulling the arm up when he finished that. Let's go back. 1, 2. And he's pulling the arm up the whole time. See? Yeah, and then he slides his hips on top to make sure he maintains control. Oof. Beautiful duck under, and immediately cuts the corner the moment he grabs him. Comes in. Another thing I like about George's takedowns, he doesn't actually grab his hands together. He makes a grip and spins. Been working on that Uchi combo at home. Uchi knee bar roll, scissors sweep heel hook on my wife. She's dead now. Rest in peace. Telling me I say I love her. But immediately, the moment he grabs that double, look how quick the angle changes. Hips up, head down. Head on the inside on this one. Oh, head goes to the outside. And then he makes it. Oh, so he did grab. So same exact mechanic. This leg forward, grabs with his left leg forward. Right hand grabs first. Left hand comes around. And then he pops his hips in and drives his head down. Like launching. Look at the like hair. He has right above the kneecap, holding his hands like this, not grabbing his hands together. And this way he can keep pulling that leg. I think that's what he's doing. He's pulling the leg kind of like Daniel Cormier did. Puts him on his hip back right there. Hands in front of him. Let's look at that again. So then he goes to sprawl out. Goes to run the pipe to swing him away from the cage. BJ Penn's hip doesn't even hit the floor. He goes to come away to technical up. Comes into the double leg here. Still has the high. Puts the head, and look how he launches through. Jumps the leg up, jumps up, and he's able to pull him right in front of him. BJ Penn keeping the hook on the whole time. Look, that's awesome control there. Oh, this is one of his first fights back in the day. Look how low he is. Oh, he finishes with the low. Let's check out the low there. Let's go back. Let me turn off this Spotify. There we go. One knees. Drops. Look at that level change. Drop to the knees. Goes for the low single here. One. He has the underhook on him. Keeps him up a little bit. Switch. Gets the leg back. George stays committed to the leg on his knees. Comes forward. He's going to stand up. And look how he drops the weight back. Look, drops his chest weight back onto the leg. Back to the knees. Starts switching back to the double leg. Keeps cutting the angle. I mean, that's it. The moment he gets the double leg, he picture perfectly runs around him and cuts the angle. Take down Sarah here. Gets the single leg punch. Sarah goes to sprawl out. Comes on the neck, and like I like the way he's holding the angle here, making sure Sarah can't recall it back in, hits the cage. So he drive through on the double and then turn to run the pipe. Exactly. But we've also like the first one we saw, he actually cut the angle for the double to pick it up. The person sprawled it out. I think it was Hardy. Then he grabs the single leg and cuts back the other direction. So he'll either drive through and then run the pipe, or he'll grab it, go for the double leg, cut the corner, and then he'll hit the single leg and still cut back the other direction and run the pipe. So he's just hitting like he's either going forward and cutting the pipe, or he's going forward, cutting the double, then coming back to run the pipe the other direction. Again, I mean, ideally, single leg taking down BJ Penn was nearly impossible. We saw that in the Matt Hughes fight. So here we see Pierre staying low. Here he's just dominating the hip line on BJ Penn. And this way, when he gets his hips underneath, and he picks up, so he gets his feet close and just uses that hip up. And again, that commitment, driving everything to the ground, keeping the arms just underneath the butt. Don't want to grab too high there. See, so this is the double leg angle. Here we go. Hold on. We got 1, 2, Sharon. He gets under the punches. Eats the leg kick and the hip. Grabs. Yeah, he's going forward here, but look, he's still cutting the angle a little bit. See how Thiago is cutting around, is turning on him. So either he made him turn or he would turn for him. Either way, the angle is cut. He's cutting the angle right there. And then that's where he would sometimes have to go back if he had a single leg. Knee tap. High underhook. I like the way he picks up the knee there. Actually, with Fitch. Boom. Doesn't leave Fitch on his side. He's gonna grab this. He's gonna come around, pick up the leg a little bit. Also, it definitely helps prevent guillotine attempts, possibly right there. Here we go, and then we'll probably see him cut the angle. Yeah, see how he turns him away from the cage there. Let's go back to that. I mean, first off, this is a super far shot. Runs him into the cage. Look, he does it basically on his knees here. Level change, grabs, pulls his knees underneath. See how he basically, again, that's that jump we talked about, that commitment. So even though he didn't go down here, he sucks his knees underneath him and then comes back to his feet to drive the pressure. And then, again, brings his knees back underneath. Maintains the grip. Now he's going to come up, hip into him, drag him along the cage, and put him right to the nice one. Here we go. 1, 2. We're going to see the level change. A little fake to the punch here. Gets his hands up. Comes underneath. Head on the inside. Does he grab the double leg first? Okay, grabs a single. Steps forward. Okay, now that he's up, he's going to grab the double. And then he's going to start running. Turning towards his left. Running around the legs. Picking up that leg. Drops forward. Nice. Bang. Runs through, cut the corner. That's right. Beautiful corner. Look how he drags him up there in a second, too. That's a little add-on. Gets him down, and then peels him away. Make sure this hip hits the ground. Single. Ooh. Oh, here we go. There's the exact opposite. There's the single to the double. Single goes to run the pipe, misses the pipe run, then switches back directions into the double. I mean, that's some quintessential core, wonderful freestyle wrestling right there. Single leg, run the pipe, grab the leg, double leg, hits it, switches it up. Bam. Look at that corner. Look at his footwork here. Let's take a real pay attention to his footwork. Steps in. Now again, we know he likes to step in the opposite foot, grabs with the opposite arm. It's kind of classic wrestler. Then brings the other foot in close between his legs. There you go. Steps up so he's between his legs, walking forward. Steps the other foot in. Here we go. So now we see him. He's stepping the other foot in, but it's going to be pointing towards the direction here. So he's changing the angle here. So look, first now his foot is pointing forward towards Thiago. Now he's going to step again. He's going to point it towards the camera. Here we go. Because now he started changing his angle. Now he's going to step the other foot, also changing the angle. One, and look how his body's completely turned. Look, this foot's facing backwards. His feet now are facing the opposite direction. He misses it, so then like Thiago balances out. He grabs for the reach, and now look, the other foot here, stepping forward, cutting the angle, and actually pointing towards the angle, pointing towards the other angle. Complete direction change. Beautiful. Oh man, that's impressive right there. It's crazy that these guys doing leg kicks. He's not it. And you know what it is? So he's checking the kick with his hip. His level change is making them kick him in the hip instead of actually hitting him like in a good spot. I mean, here he gets way under Sarah. Sarah steps in, level change. He goes for the overhand right. Not really an overhand right. Just misses St. Pierre. He got so low in this shot here. Look how he's connected here. And then he's gonna, like, look, so this leg right here is useless, right? So it's extended as far as he can. Now he's going to be using the front leg. Driving through Sarah. Trying to brings the second leg in. 1, 2, and then again we have that angle change. Okay, so if he was going for the single leg, we know he'd cut this way. But because he has the double leg here, he's going to come and then he's going to drive to his left. PJ Penn, who has wonderful balance. A lot of people have had a lot of trouble taking him down over the past with single legs. Right, he's being in particular. But here's how he ends up adjusting it. He has the single leg here, that's normal. Goes cut the angle, but now he's going to bring the arm over the head. Here we go. And then look, when he brings the arm, look how he brings his leg too. Arm comes over, leg steps out super wide. He starts cutting that angle. He even starts hopping around him. Quick drive for the double there. There you go. There's him driving for the double. Misses it. Grabs the head. Cuts the corner. It's gotta be almost impossible to defend. You're getting him run across the cage. Well, that's the thing. He's running him across the cage. He's slamming him into the cage. And sometimes it's like on the bounce. Randy Couture would talk about that. He would like to bounce people against the cage and then suck their feet out from underneath them. And that's kind of what he's doing. He's bouncing them and then cutting the angle on them. There we go. Grabs a single leg off the kick, throws the punch, misses it, and then just basically runs right through him. He does hit that quick double. Gets the leg high into the armpit, steps the leg. I like this here. Steps on the outside of Jake's leg here. 1. Make sure they're in the same line, and now he basically blocks him with the knee and the arm and drops him down. Catch that inertia off the badge. Yep. There we go. He's getting under him. Caraparesian, I'm pretty sure this is. Underneath. So here we go. On his knees. Pops his hips. Brings him behind him. That's a big thing. I mean, he even gets to his feet. But look at that hip pop right there. This is how I teach my kids, actually. They grab the double leg, and I teach them to push the hips through. Joe St. Pierre is able to take it one step further and actually get to his feet as well. Yeah, he gets the momentum he catches off the cage at, that strong bounce. It's crazy. But here's the thing. This is what kind of separates him from Khabib. We're going to see this in a little bit. How he's able to get takedowns more from the middle of the cage. Hips up, drop him down. This is what you want to teach kids. Come in here. Level change. Grab both legs right behind the knees, right above the knees. You both knees on the floor, you kind of leaning back. You drive your hips forward, look up at the ceiling, and then you turn him looking towards the ground. And he gets up on his feet. Can't always teach kids. And I think this is the reason he learned to do that, because I mean, he's fighting in a ring right now. If he was fighting in a cage, this wouldn't be possible. He's gonna come in, hit the double leg, starts bringing him towards it, realizes he has to circle away from the ropes, puts him on the side. Because he just has a feeling which direction the guy wants to go. Well, it's commitment. We see how he's diving into these commitments, right? So when he commits and he hits the wall, boom, he switches directions, and that's what it is, I think. Like, he goes for the double leg, he goes to hit it, and he feels the bounce. Oh, we can't go anymore. Then he just switches directions, and he's just so comfortable doing it in both directions. One gets underneath the hip line, up and to the side.